Hey, 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 everybody. How are you on tonight? Welcome to another episode of My Life Has Destiny podcast. I am one of your hosts, Quint Jones. My sister Coco will be joining us in a second. Listen, I pray that we all are doing some self care. We're taking care of us and not trying to overdo it. Let me say this: all money is not good money. I understand that sometimes we have a need, but if we trust God, God is going to take care of us. So walk by faith, not by sight. Don't look at your distractions or your circumstances. Listen, one thing I've learned is regardless of if you're there or not, your job is going to go on. You can get another one. Dimes, jobs come a dime a dozen. You can get one. So don't stress yourself out. Now is not the time. Take care of you. Your bills are always going to be there. When you're not, those bills are going to be there. Take care of you. If you don't take care of you, nobody else is going to take care of you. It's so important for you to have some self care to maintain your health. Cardiovascular disease is real, CPOD is real, cancer is real. Please take care of you. Now is the time. Now is the time for us to work on us. Now is the time for us to get fit. It's important because a lot of people are leaving here prematurely. Please take care of you. I beg you to start your self care. If it's nothing but you soaking your feet, you taking 20 minutes out your day to spend time with you soaking in the tub and lighting some candles just to relax, you giving yourself a facial, you going to get your hair and your nails done. Listen, it's all therapeutic. You finding something that you love to do for you, even if it's just going for a walk. Take care of you. It's important. I want you to live in this season. I want you to be here to see your kids grow and your grandchildren grow. I want you to be able to leave a legacy to your family. It's not too late. It's never too late. If you got anything going on in your body, listen, change of diet can help. Everything does not need a medication. Change of diet, exercise, stop smoking, stop drinking. Do it natural. Do it the holistic way. It will help. All you have to do is start the process and continue it. Invest in yourself for you. Now is the time. I trust God regardless of what it looks like. I trust God regardless of what it feels like. I trust God. When doctors say there's nothing else they can do, I'm telling you, God can. So whose report will you believe in this season? Who will you trust in this season? What are you going to do to change your life? It's time for you to shift some things in this season. It's time for you to shift some things in this season because the enemy is mad. He's mad. And if you lead by example, I guarantee you, your family will follow. Lead by example, holistically. That's body, soul, mind, spirit. You can do this. Now is not the time to give up because you got a bad report. Now is not the time to throw in the towel because God can. He's a healer. He's a healer. He is the Lord thy God that healeth thee from all sickness and all disease, regardless of what it looks like. I believe the report of the Lord. What will you believe? That's not the topic on today. But that was in my spirit, so I just wanted to share it. Now, my sister's here, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to bask in what she has to say on tonight because I'm going to relax. This is a part of my self care on tonight. And if the Lord gives me something, then I may open my mouth. But right now, I'm going to bask in what she has to say. So I'm turning it over to my sister, but please take heed in this season because, as I said, people are leaving here prematurely. Self care is important. You don't take care of you, nobody else will. Now is not the time to give up. Believe the report of the Lord. He got you. He got you. Coco.
Hello, everybody. So I'm sure that y'all saw the title of tonight's show. Um, I titled it "What's Wrong with You" because I need to know what's wrong with people. Um, uh, I got three very disturbing videos sent to me today. All of them are church related. Um, and in all three videos, the pastors have lost their ever loving minds of how they handle God's people in the videos. Um, the first video, there was a 17-year-old man who was the drummer of the church that the guest speaker came to speak at. Now, mind you, it's not her church. I said guest speaker. So he followed the protocols of the church that hired him while this guest speaker was there. Because he did not move when the guest speaker asked him to move, this wonderful person who called themselves an apostle decided to turn around and look at the young man in the face and say, "You got less than 48 hours to repent, or Jesus is going to kill you dead."
Jesus. You did not just
Um,
try to curse him.
because she said, "You have no idea who was in your presence." At that point, in my lovely mind, because y'all should know me well enough by now, my brain automatically went, well, who are you that you became so big headed that you think you that much um that you have the audacity or the right to speak that type of a curse over somebody because they did not follow what you wanted them to follow when he followed the protocol of the person that hired him, who was also his leader. um Now, I will say this. Um, this is a personal opinion, but I also feel like the leader of that church should have stopped her.
Definite.
And she did not until videos were posted and comments were made about how they felt like this person handled that young man. Um, I say that in retrospect of you have to be careful how you handle people
Mhm.
because you can do damage And on top of that, the Bible also says, "Woe unto them that scatter the flock."
Yes.
And I think that she forgot about that particular scripture at the time when she did what she did. Um, and then from my understanding, phone calls were made the very next day after the service, and everyone that reached out to her to try to get a clarification or to talk to her, she hung up in their face
Mm.
because she felt like she did not have to explain anything.
Mm.
So she felt like she was in the right
Mm.
of what she did. I know people that have done that to people.
Mm.
Um, I've been under leaders that have done stuff like that to people. Um, and it's not fun.
Mm.
Um, one thing I will say is um I have not personally had nobody attempt to try to do that to me. Because I do believe um that people I have ever been under before know me well enough that if you turn around and try to curse me with the same mouth that you're supposed to be blessing me with,
Mm.
mine ain't gonna be too kosher.
Mm.
Um, and that will be the one day that I will have to go repent.
Mm.
Okay. But I will mean everything I say. Okay, so um, you know, I don't like it when I see stuff like that because some people as leaders, you take your position just a little too far. And when you do stuff like that for people who I'm not even gonna call him a babe because the young man knew the word. His father is also a pastor. And so the young man knew the word, but he followed the church protocol where he was. And because of that situation, I was just done this morning. Now that was the first video. The second video was a church that was supposed to be outside, having church outside to try to call, to preach to the people on the street corner, to try to call people to God or draw people to God. Um, a young woman goes up, walks up, and she puts money in the offering basket. And as she gets ready to walk away, one of the young men that was with the pastor that was preaching says something sideways to her because of the amount she put in the offering basket.
Mm.
And when he said it, she turned around and said, "Well, if you can accept the offering, you can give it back."
I know that's right.
She wasn't rude, but when he said what he said to her, that's what made her say what she said. Now, could she have just walked away and left it? Yes. And just said that she gave it from her heart and just moved on. She could have. But at that point, she felt like she needed to say something, so she said something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this turned left field so quickly, y'all. I promise you, the video was 20 minutes long of the then said pastor that is standing on this wonderful self-made stadium and podium. He called her everything but a child of God for 20 minutes straight
Wow.
and told her husband that I'm going to call her what you want to call her, but you ain't got the balls to call her
Wow.
in front of everybody that was on the street corner.
Wow.
He literally called her out her name for 20 minutes straight. And when other men that was walking by heard it, walked up and said something to him and said, "Look, I need you to put the mic down and I need you to step down so we can handle this." He commenced to cuss them too.
Wow.
He called them weak. He said they had no spines. I mean, y'all, when I tell you the videos that was sent to me this morning, I was just like, what is happening? But I think that this video was the most disturbing because this man used scriptures to try to prove his point of why it was okay to call her out her name.
Wow. And all she was doing was trying to bless him.
And all she was doing was she didn't have much, but she gave what she had and she walked away.
Wow.
That's what she did. She gave what she had and she started walking away. And as she got ready to walk away, one of the men standing down in front said, if that's all you gonna give, you shouldn't have gave it.
Wow.
And so she stopped and said, well, if you can't take what I got, you can hand it back.
Right.
And so he commenced to cuss her out. Now, not the man in front, not the one that said anything, but the pastor preacher decided to cuss her out. And I promise you, he called her every bitch and all this other stuff for 20 minutes straight.
And her husband didn't say anything?
The husband was in the store. When he walked out the store, that's when he handled it. Okay. He said, you need to put the mic down and I want you to step down from behind your podium. And when he decided to do that, he started calling her husband all types of names and calling him weak and jellyback and all this other stuff because he was taking up for her. So I was just gravely disturbed today. I'm just trying to figure out what's happening with the people. What is going on? Did everybody, is something in the air? Did you drink something that did nobody else drink? And you call yourself a man and woman of God, but you treating people like they trash.
Wow.
So in the next video, this one was disturbing, but not as disturbing as the other two. This one was disturbing because the pastor said, you know what? I'm just fed up with all y'all. And he commenced to say why he was fed up. Now, some of his words was, shouldn't have been used inside the sanctuaries. And I think he put some people business out in the street from counseling sessions he had, but he was when I say the dude said he was fed up, honey, he was letting it all out. Okay. And with that one, it just made me go back to something that I said on one of our previous videos, and it might have been last year sometime because I don't think I said it this year, but I know I did last year, is that leaders are also human, but leaders don't have the outlets that we have to be able to vent and talk about what they need to talk about. And when you bring everything to them, and when they having issues themselves and they don't have a way of letting their issues out, when people blow over, it just blow over. And in the third video, I feel like that was the situation because he was dealing with a lot. That particular bishop, his wife had been in the hospital for over 2 months, still was in the hospital doing the video. He had been praying and fasting for her, asking God to change her situation. There was no change in her health. He had to deal with the church now on his own without her presence being there. And so now where his help meet is, she's down and he's now dealing with the whole church and congregation by himself. And even though she was in the hospital, he said that she been praying for y'all when she just need to rest herself. And she still ain't let up. So he was just upset. He was fed up with he had a lot going on. And am I saying that that's a good excuse? No. But in his situation, it goes to prove to say that everybody needs somebody, right? We are not a one-man show. He didn't put us here to be a one-man show, because if that's the case, he wouldn't have said that you need to help me. And I think that we need to do better being better people to one another. Okay. So I titled it "What's Wrong with You?" because of the fact of what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you as an individual that you don't care enough to really care about somebody else. And I understand that you might have your own stuff going on, but there's always room to care about somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I got a lot going on, but I don't take what I'm dealing with out on other people.
That's right.
I am one of those people where I deal with my stuff. I don't complain because everybody that knows me knows that I don't. And they get mad at me a lot because I don't say what's going on. They have to sometimes pull it out of me, right? And then they sometimes have to look at me and say, I need you to get up and I just need you to go to the hospital and stop it. And so I'll get up and go because now everybody is gravely concerned kind of situation. Now, um, with that being said, I take in consideration the feelings of the people that I know that genuinely care about me, right? And so I just don't know what better way to put it is that we gotta be better people to other people. Um, because all of that just disturbed me today. I've been disturbed all day. And then I've been disturbed because of how easy it is for other people to just look over people,
Mm-hmm.
right? I was out and about today because I had some appointments that I had to go have this morning. And I promise you, today was just different. Everywhere I went today, somebody stopped, smiled, and said hello to me, and was, just very, very, very polite. Am I saying that I don't get that all the time? The answer will be no, but not everywhere I go. Like literally every door I walked in today. Somebody smiled and said hello. They asked me how I was doing. Good to see you. One lady, I had no idea who she was. I went in the grocery store. She said, I don't know you. You don't know me. She was like, but how you doing? And that was her thing. I was like, I'm all right. How are you? I said, I ain't complaining. How are you? How's your day going? And when I turned around and I asked her the same thing, the look on her face gave it away. And I stopped and I said, are you okay? And she said, and she paused. She said, no, but I will be. I said, okay, well, look, always remember this. If I'll never see you again, God loves you. He has not forgot about you. All you got to do is lean on him a little bit more and you'll be all right. When I said that, she stopped what she was doing in the middle of the aisle and just bust out crying. So sometimes when you take the time out of yourself, it can mean so much to somebody else. Because just in that moment, me saying what I know of the Lord to be, what he is to me, that did something for her in a moment that she needed. Right. So I asked you guys to take the time to not think about you for a minute. Think about somebody else. You may not know if they're going through or not, but they always somebody that's dealing with something burst off in you. And when you say that you're concerned, really be concerned. Really care. Because it'll show whether or not if you are. I literally stopped walking to turn around to ask her was she okay because of the look she had on her face. I didn't care about the time restraint at the moment because I went in the store with a one track mind to go get what I need to get and come out. But I stopped what I was doing because of the look on her face. And then I hugged her. And then I walked away. So at the end of the day, it ain't about You ain't gotta have a lot of wonderful big words to say, and you ain't gotta sound like a theologian when you say it. You just come out and you just tell somebody what you know. Because I can't tell you more than what I know. Because at that point I'm making it up. Um yeah. So the other part of the night is I have to ask y'all. I know y'all seeing in the news. Some people choose not to read it because they don't like what they see. But the other part that's disturbing me is all of these people that are killing their children or killing their whole families and turning and killing themselves. Um, I think COVID set a lot of stuff in motion because none of this was happening before COVID. Not like this. It has been a murderous rampage since COVID. When I say violence is at such an on-time high now, it's scary. You got people leaving coming to their jobs, guns in the trunk. Wait until y'all have a break. Go outside and come back in and just shooting up the whole store. You got the young man that traveled 3 whole states away because he researched the area because he knew it was predominantly black, just to shoot up an all black grocery store full of people because he felt like it was something that he could go and do. I was so disturbed at the message this morning of a woman who was under investigation by CPS in her city that went to the house where her children were being housed because she wasn't supposed to be able to see them, and the person allowed her to see her children only for her to go inside the house and kill them all. And then she attempted to kill the person that was watching over the children, but they didn't die. And then she turned the gun on herself. If it's not that, you got every day I wake up to a message that somebody has gone missing. And the people that's going missing are not being found alive. Every last one of them are turning up dead. And they're young. The youngest one that went missing was a 4-year-old. You know where they found this baby at? They found this baby stuffed in a barrel in a storage locker because her parents put her there.
And then filed a missing person.
Yeah, they found a missing person. The people were looking for the baby. But you know what? What gave it away was the baby daddy went and had a conversation with somebody, and the conversations he had drew a red flag for the person he was talking to. And he called the cops, gave them the car, the make, the model, and the tag, and told them that they needed to put an APB out on the car because he felt like he had done something to his child. And lo and behold, he was right. They followed this man to the storage locker. They let him leave, but when they went to that storage unit and unlocked it, that baby body was stuffed in a blue barrel. Mind you, a 4-year-old should not weigh 16 pounds. So they did not feed this baby. They treated her like she was garbage.
And she probably died of malnutrition and they had to hide the body.
And that's exactly what happened. I am gravely disturbed um because of what's going on. Where? And I'm not saying that it's everybody, and to anybody that's an intercessor, please don't get offended with what I'm about to say, because I'm not talking about you. If you interceding, then you doing your job. But for the ones that are not, I need y'all to get on the wall, because this ain't right. This is not right.
It's not.
But it's revelation playing itself out. It
That
is
is.
literally revelation playing itself out. All the wars are just not wars between country and country. The wars could also mean family to family.
Yes, it can.
And a lot of people, when you go in and you read the scriptures, you don't put those things in the mind. When you hear people where they get to that part of revelation where it says that there are going to be rumors of wars and da da da, they're not just talking about country against country.
Mm-mm.
War can be family against family. It says mothers was going to be against daughters, fathers was going to be against sons.
That's right.
And do you see what's happening? People are literally killing their own kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it's being played out.
I mean, did you see the video of the young lady that was throwing stuff in Walmart and kicked her grandmother? Grandmother was
No,
literally scared of her.
no, I did not, because I couldn't have said it, because I probably would have slung of Jesus. I
Yes.
don't, I can't, I can't,
Listen.
I can't. I watched a woman who in the store, I think it was in a dollar store, and her son just started punching her in the face. Little boy, like, had to be at least 5 or 6. And she had him in, you know how they put the kids with the legs through the front part of the cart.
Rich. Mm-hmm.
And he went to go reach to get something. And he was like, I want. And she said, no. She said, no, you were not good at daycare today, and you're not getting it. When I tell you, he just went to in her face. And I'm just sitting there like, and you ain't smacked the taste out of his mouth yet. Because you would have had one time.
One. As soon as you did it.
They would have thought you was a Mr. Bobblehead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Jesus.
I would have dared somebody in the store to say something.
I know that's right.
And it is, I just can't. I don't do disrespectful children.
Mm-mm.
That
Yeah.
is not, that is not my portion. I don't handle that well, because I don't do disrespectful children.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Um, when I say that ain't my portion, I mean that I don't handle that well. Okay, because I'll be the main one. Excuse me. What? Get your life together. I need you to get your life together if you value it.
I know
You
that's
know? Because when I watch people, children, and stuff like that for them, I don't have the same issues they have with them.
right. Me either.
I never have. I don't have the same issues they have with them. Because what we not gonna do, I'm not your mama,
That
and
part.
you ain't gonna do that in my house.
Mm.
Let's get the rules set real nice and straight. I
I know
don't mind if you play the video game. I don't mind if you watch the TV. I got a couple of them. I got tablets too. If you just want to watch it on the have fun.
mm-hmm.
YouTube it. There you go. But what we not gonna do? We not finna kick walls in my house. We ain't finna write on walls in my house. We ain't throwing tantrums in my house.
Mm.
And we definitely ain't finna throw electronics that don't belong to you.
I know that's right.
Okay. None of that good stuff. Because what's gonna happen is your mom and daddy finna have to come get you.
Mm-hmm.
And I do mean right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because we ain't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't normally have them type of problems. So, but I realize that children will do what you allow them.
Yes, they will.
And
But
if
see,
you don't, go ahead.
in this video, grandma was obviously scared because when she kicked at her the first time, afterwards, grandma wouldn't go too close to her. She kept backing up. And the person that was filming it was like, oh, no, she didn't. like, oh, listen. And all
But didn't intervene to stop it.
no. And then granddad stepped in the middle and wouldn't let her get to grandma, but she kept throwing stuff. And all I could think of, who if this was mine?
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
If this was mine,
I'm
I would have
telling you.
snatched her up so quick.
I'm telling you. I have one of my godchildren tried that on her mama one day, and she was calling me because I was supposed to have met them at the store. I was running behind, so as I come in the store, I see her having a fit like that. Now, mind you, she about 10 or 11, right?
It was too.
She was about 10 or 11. When I see her going off in the store like that, I said, "Excuse me." When I walked up, I said, "Excuse me, we got a problem." She won't let me have that. Oh no. You don't own the things that you swinging off the shelves in this store, and everything that you break, your mama got to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
You got the money. You pick up one more thing and throw it, I'ma sling you. And when she picked it up to throw it, I slung her just like I said I would.
Mm-hmm.
The people in the store was like, ma'am. I said, you raised Freddy Krueger and Jason and think that we ain't gonna do nothing.
Not today.
I want her to get up and try it again. I bet you she ain't gonna do it no more.
I know that's right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when they was like, "Who are you to her?" I'm the godmama. Her mama standing right there.
And
If
what?
the mama got a problem, she know how to open her mouth, but the mama ain't got no problem. But I bet you she ain't gonna do it no more. We ain't finna have these problems today. And so, when other people try to don't intervene now, when you didn't intervene when I walked in here, she was slinging
That part, you was just gonna allow that.
So no, don't intervene now. Because you see her get slung across the floor. Don't say nothing. But that's not what we gonna do. And see, us and people of the other persuasion, we have different ways of raising children.
Right.
You just take away items. We're gonna take away items and we're gonna bust you upside the head.
That's right. That's right.
Because you're not gonna do that.
Not in this lifetime. Not and get away with it.
No, we're not gonna do that. Because if you disrespectful at home, I know you disrespectful out the door.
That's right.
And what we not gonna do is I'm not gonna get a phone call saying that I got to come get you downtown, because you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna stay right there.
That's right.
Because I know that you disrespectful at home. So I know what they're probably telling me that you did downtown. You did. And so you're gonna stay right there.
That's right.
Because you're gonna learn your lesson. Well, you ain't gonna get I'm not gonna get you out.
Nor am I accepting your phone call.
You big and bad, right? We're gonna see how you like it. I see you when you got to go to court.
That's it. Right there.
When the bail bondsman show up and say that you can get out, you might get bonded out. And that's a might. That, like for real.
You better hope it's your first offense so you could get out on the PTA.
It's right. It's optional. It's an optional pivotal point in your whole life. So don't come at me with stuff that you know that you ain't got to do.
That's right.
But everything that's happening right now is really disturbing, y'all. I was vexed like all day. But even in my vexed state, I still had to see what God has been trying to show people that people ain't paying attention to.
Right.
Even in every situation that I dealt with today, I saw what he has been trying to show people that it's just doing it.
But this is the thing. A lot of times, like you said with the last video, he didn't have an outlet. He don't have, obviously he don't have that spiritual leader that he can turn to talk to. And I always say every leader need a leader or someone they can confide in, because you let stuff fester or you repress something, and then when something come up, now you just act out. You don't know, it's a negative energy at this point. So it's like, okay, what do I do and how do I do it? Instead of people praying for him, they probably constantly pulling. Now he got his own issues. His wife in the hospital. He's stressed. That's his wife.
Yep.
So I got my issues, but y'all still pulling on me. But who's praying for me?
Yep.
Who's checking on me? Who's sending me a plate?
And
Who's
that's what
making sure I'm
he
okay?
said. That's what he said at the end.
Right.
He said I'm being pulled every way but Sunday.
Exactly. Who's
And
saying, Pastor, go home, get some rest, and I'll stay with your wife tonight?
I mean, he even had other leaders in the church. None of them have offered to preach a Sunday,
See?
to do a Bible study. It's been him.
So don't
So
say
he
you my
so
leader.
he so he was going to work, going and spending time with the wife, and then leaving the wife, coming to the church.
And
Go
she's
back
still
to
praying
go
on her
back
sick
to
bed.
spend time with her, and then go home.
See? And she praying on her sick bed for the church and
Yep.
for her husband, because she still got to be that covering, because she know what he dealing with. So not only is she trying to get well and taking hits,
Yep.
so she drained. And he's seeing this because she not gonna stop. But I bet you all the negative talk went out about him, because if it
Oh
wasn't, there would have never been a video.
yeah.
Somebody would have got convicted and said, Pastor, I am so sorry. I understand that you got all this on your plate. What can I do?
Yep.
Not get condemned, get convicted.
Yep.
Help out. Now, the
And
other
that's
ones,
not what they did
the
at all.
first one was on a power trip.
Yep.
And he need to sit himself all the way down. But that's for God to judge.
Yep.
And God is going to deal with it. He, Lord, is God going to do? You going to curse somebody?
Yep.
And see, I always say, be careful what you say to people, because it got a habit of coming back at you.
Yep.
God don't like ugly. And nor are you going to be blessed for your ugliness. The man followed the protocols of the church, as he should have.
Yep.
You're the visitor.
Yep.
So who are you to curse me or try to curse
Yep.
me? And then the second one, you gonna call me out my name? Whoo, Jesus.
Yep.
I probably would have gotten arrested. And I thank God for her husband.
Yep. And you can go watch it. I put it in our group. After the show, watch it. You'll see what I'm talking about.
I don't even want to.
When I tell you, I was
I
like,
don't
for a whole 20 minutes. It was so bad. It was so bad that the husband was like, "Is that a pastor?" That's like,
see,
yeah.
but see, I thank God for the husband's character, because he invited him to come down instead of pulling him down off his
Oh yeah,
podium.
because he wanted to yank him out.
I
You
know
you
he
you see
did.
it in the video. He was
I
like,
know
"No,
he
what
did.
I need you to do," he said, "and I ain't running about none of your dudes you got right here. I just need you to hand your mic to him, and I need you to step down."
Exactly.
He
So
said,
he
"Because I could guarantee this ain't gonna go the way you think it is if you hand him that mic." That's exactly what he said. Now I was just sitting there like, "Oh Jesus!"
and
Like,
I thank God for his character. I thank God. I thank God. And the Lord had him. He held him. He said, I'm not gonna let him come down. We're gonna let him continue to embarrass himself.
honey,
And you still gonna be blessed for the
honey,
offering that was given. And this man is going to have to repent.
yeah. The dude ended up going back in the basket and handed her the money back.
He
And
should have.
when he got ready to do that, he said, "Don't hand it to her. Throw it at her. Let her pick it up like she a dog, like the dog she is." That's what he said to her. Girl, when I tell you, this dude, his mouth was raggedy. When I tell you, just listening to how he addressed her, like the whole entire time after that, I was like, "Oh, you don't like women at all." Like that was like his hope. When I tell you, he reared in and didn't stop. It's like 20, 30 minutes straight, and that's all he said.
But see, he cursed himself. Now,
That's
will he recognize that? Nope.
probably not.
Are things gonna go for him the way he think they are? Nope.
No, because matter of fact, he cursed her. He straight up he cursed her and he cursed all the men that was watching. He said for every man that watched her do what she did, and you just heard her tell me that I could give her money back. He was like, Jesus gonna kill all y'all. That's exactly what he
But
said.
he didn't address his minister, whom was
No,
completely wrong
no,
because she gave out of her heart. She didn't
no.
have to give.
He didn't address him at all.
So you rebuking her and calling her everything but a child of God,
But didn't deal with your dude.
but didn't deal with who started it.
But look, but if you go and watch the video, he said something and he wanted the people to repeat what he said. And then he wanted them to agree. It got so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Even the dudes that was with him didn't even agree. Because they following you, but they know they not finna say this because you in the wrong. First of all, you on the wrong street court. And we're not gonna do that. They not gonna let you go ragged on this woman. And when I say she had a little baby, she had a little baby with her. So your mouth just ragged for no reason for 20, 30 minutes with this baby hearing it as you caught saying all this stuff about her mom. And so it was girl.
He better
I
thank
was
God that
I
the,
was just like,
the man of God feared God the way that he did. Because
it's a lot.
if that man of God did not fear God the way that he did, whoo, I could only imagine.
Girl.
I
I, I
could
was
see. I could
I
see it.
was just waiting because at the point she was so mad, the stuff that he had down in the front, like all the posters and banners, she went and tore them all up. Like
I
she
know
was
that's
so
right.
mad, she was tearing them up, and he was like, "You ain't even stopping her from doing that." And then his dudes won't gonna do nothing until when she came up to pull down the last one. He was like, "No, strong armor." And then you see the three of them. You see three of them just hold their arm out towards her, but they didn't do it until he said it. So y'all like little puppets. Like, and so I was just sitting there like, I don't care if that's your leader or not. If you know your leader in the wrong and you agree, you just as bad as them
Mm-hmm.
at that point. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm just sitting there looking like, Jesus, y'all have no idea
But see, you
of
gotta be careful
what's
what you
about to happen to y'all because of this foolishness. Like,
that's why you gotta be careful what you follow.
right,
A spirit of discernment is so real, and I ain't following nobody to hell.
right. You gonna jump right by yourself.
I know that's right.
You can go right by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
No, because that I
Look,
can no.
the word tell you wide is the gate that lead to destruction. So go on. It's wide. It got an open mouth waiting. I'm
I,
not
I
going with you.
can't. I
I'm not
can't.
going with you.
It's so much that I was just like, oh Jesus. I was just like, wow. I was like, okay, Lord, I get it. I know what I need to be praying for right about now because I can see that this situation was happening ain't letting up. What's happening in the world ain't letting up. So now I know I need to change the trajectory of what I pray for when I go into intercession. So it
Mm-hmm.
ain't just about what I know is happening here.
Mm-mm.
Now I need to pray universally
Mm-hmm.
that this be ate up. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's just like, I I'm mad because I was working at the time. Because they had prayer at church tonight at 7. And I wanted to be, I promise you I wanted to be there because I was gonna go straight to the altar. I ain't even like that's what I felt like. And I was like, I'm on the clock. I was literally on the clock like that the whole time. Now I'm like, okay, all right, I get it. But Wednesday night, that's where I feel like, not saying that I can't, oh honey, I can lay prostrate on my floor.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? But that's not, I felt the need to go and like be
That's
on the
right.
altar. You know what I'm saying? And so like at the end of the day, I was just like, and I know it's because of everything I took in today, because
Mm-hmm.
I was so vexed by it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And um again, it really lets me know that the trajectory of the prayers need to be changed. You know
And
what I'm saying? And so um because this is horrible.
mm-hmm.
Every day somebody getting murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. And let me tell y'all something. And this is not just coming from my standpoint. This is coming from the side of me that's the travel agent. So, because I was going to do a personal video about it, and I still am, but I'm going to throw this out so that y'all can hear me now. For those of y'all, anybody who is thinking about taking vacation to Mexico, do not
Don't.
go. Um, as a travel agent, I get an opportunity to get lists from the straight from the government itself that tell you travel risk levels. The highest travel risk level is a level 4 and a level 5.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico is currently a level 4. People are being kidnapped and tortured and
Mm-hmm.
murdered, especially if you are a U.S. citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Do not go to Mexico right
Right. Because truck drivers can't even go over there right
now.
now.
A family of 4 that came from Texas to go to a part of New Mexico just got kidnapped today at gunpoint, but they shot the car up first with the people in it in order to get to them to get them out of it. Now you got FBI and all these other people trying to figure out if they're going to be able to get this family back to the U.S. or not.
Right.
Probably not, because they have already been warned by whoever did it. If you send your people over here,
They
it's going
don't.
to be a problem.
And because they crossing the border.
So, and they do not want us over there. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm telling y'all, I understand that y'all like the vacation, but don't ask me to go Cancun. I ain't going. I don't want to go nowhere. They got to be over there.
But
Okay.
this is the thing, Coco. It's been going on. This is the worst it's been, but
Yeah.
it's been going on
For a
for a
while.
few years
Yeah,
because
I
they
know.
was warning truck drivers and everything that you
Not to
cannot
go.
go over there. So
Yeah,
they
I
get
know.
to the border and then whoever gotta take their packages, but they cannot go over there. So yeah, gotta be careful.
Yep. So I'm telling y'all right now. I'm not telling this to stop you from being able to go on vacation, but hey, you grown, do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just giving you the info.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's not the only place that does it. I can post up travel ban list and travel level list for y'all to be able to see. I would gladly do that if you want to see it, so that you will know what countries and places that is telling you not to go to currently. Okay, that people ain't coming back from.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
And there's nothing we
the
could
other
really do
place that
about
is
it.
all right. The other place that is also at a level 5 is Haiti. Do not take your tail to Haiti. Do you realize that Haiti just held 16 U.S. people and refused to let them go for months? What would possess you to want to go over there?
Mm.
What mission did you feel like the Lord just sent you on? Stop saying that the Lord sent you somewhere where they tried to kill. He didn't tell you to do that. he did not tell you to do that. He did not tell you to, just like Daniel and the lion then. He did not say, "Hey Daniel, go walk into the lion's mouth." That's not what he did. That's not what he did. You just don't stop saying that he sent you on the mission to that. Because that ain't what he did. Okay. So I don't want to hear that. And I was sorry for the way that came out, if it came out backwards.
Well,
But
just think about it. Just like the pastor that said the Lord told him to walk on the water and he drowned.
I'm just saying, I can't with the people right now.
I'm sorry. It's
I
not
just,
funny, but God gives you wisdom for a reason.
it's just like I sent Apostle I don't think it was a video. I think I sent her an article. And in the article it said the pastor that died because he tried to fast 40 days and 40 nights like Jesus did.
Obviously, you wasn't really fasting.
Let's think about this. 40 days and 40 nights the way Jesus did. First of all, Jesus was the Son of God. Second of all,
Was.
okay, um, second of all, you are humane, okay, and you are not a perfect dwelling or being. Okay, let's go with number 2 and 3. The Bible says that in all things get wisdom and understanding. That's what it say. I just think you forgot both of those 2 things because there was no wisdom, no understanding being used in that particular fast that he chose. Okay. Am I saying that it can't be done? No, that's not what I'm saying because I have been on a 40-day fast before. But you have to use wisdom. You got to eat and drink something.
But
You
even
can't
if you
go,
don't eat, you can go with just drinking. You have,
yes. You,
you
you,
have to
you,
hydrate.
you ain't supposed to just do nothing at all. That's not how that goes. That's that's not that was. I don't think that was the pro. I think that if he read a book that talked about it, he left some whole chapters out because
Yep, he skimmed through it.
something wasn't right. Okay, am I making light of the man? Deb? That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm telling you is, don't you try to go on no 40-day fast and not consume nothing.
Look,
You
but
ain't no, yeah.
let's think about this. Even the man that did the 30-day McDonald's nothing but McDonald's challenge, and at least he had doctors and everything on hand that was monitoring him. Although he went into to cardiac arrest, he survived and then sued McDonald's. See the wisdom?
Girl,
Wisdom. Although it was just okay, it was just outright silly to do. I
I
would have
mean, but that was his thing. His that man that did the McDonald's challenge,
hmm
he was trying to do that to tell people that McDonald's was wrong,
right
and
that they're not
you don't need to eat McDonald's.
healthy.
First of all, I know people that eat McDonald's that are pretty good shape.
Right,
The thing about it is they don't consume the crap every day, all day, multiple times a day. That's not
but
what they do.
look at this too. He did all the high calorie foods. He
Yes, he
didn't
did.
do their salads. He
Yes,
didn't
he
do
did.
their oatmeals. He
Yes,
did
he did.
everything that was gonna cause issues. Because at that time, McDonald's did serve salads.
Right.
McDonald's did serve wraps. They
Yeah.
did
And
serve
they still do.
oatmeal.
And
So
they still do.
some of
That,
them
that,
don't anymore, but yeah, they do. So I mean, he could have went healthy. He chose not to, and McDonald's had to pay this man.
but remember, we also had the guy that did the Subway challenge.
I don't
Where
remember
he
that.
ate Subway every day for X amount. He did it for over 30 days. He actually ate Subway every day for I think 90 days. He went in and tried every sandwich they had. He ate every salad they offered. He ate all of this stuff. Every way that you could try it, he ate it for 90 days. But the difference between that is that he lost a lot of weight.
It's vegetable.
He lost weight. And so, like, it just goes to say, and he conferred with his doctor when he was doing it. He told the doctor what he was doing. And so I think that, even with that, just like when you talk to doctors now, or if you talk to a nutritionist, she will tell you that eating certain types of foods, eating multiple times a day, it gives you food to be able to burn off fat. Because you can't burn off what you're not putting in.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you take in a certain amount of calories every day, it does help your body cut weight. And so, calorie intake, all of this stuff comes into play.
Yes, it does.
And you still, but it still goes back to using wisdom.
That's right.
Y'all. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just wisdom. I just need you to gain the understanding of that.
That's it.
Wisdom. And understanding. Because they just certain things that you cannot do to yourself and think that it's gonna be okay. Do you know what happened to me if I tried to go 7 days with nothing? We just talking about 7. This man went a whole 40 days. They said he lost so much weight that he went from being 130 something pounds when he started the fast, that when he died, he was 95 pounds.
But his body started eating itself up.
Yeah.
Because it's looking for nourishment. The nutrients are not there. You're not getting nutrients from water, from anything. You're not getting it. So your body, what is it going to do? It's looking for it. And then you burning off stuff, because when you sleep, you burning calories and everything. You sweating. So, and then you ain't even consuming food. Nothing. No healthy food, no salad, no soup, no broth, no
nothing.
And you expect to survive?
All right. Now, mind you, the worst part about it is that the people that followed him, the people in his congregation, said that they didn't know that he was doing nothing. They thought that he was at least drinking water. They didn't know that he just went totally without nothing at all until he died.
It's like he wanted to kill himself.
And they talk about that he wrote, they read his fasting journal. And in his fasting journal, he said, I'm feeling myself get closer to Jesus. I'm sure that you was, because you was, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm sure that you was, because honey, I'm telling you, you was really trying to meet him.
Well,
that's not what you do. It's just not what you do. Even when you fast now, when I consecrate now, I realize that due to certain health issues, I cannot consecrate the way I used to. So I have to change some things around to be able to fast whenever we have corporate fast. And then when I do personal fast, I have to change things around, because I can't do that. I'll hurt myself. You know what I'm saying? So you have to use wisdom. Okay. And I say that because it's important. The Bible said that in everything get wisdom and understanding. It's there. I promise you it is. Okay.
And if he was really fasting and praying, the Lord would have said, he would have heard the Lord say, eat, drink. You're doing this wrong.
And when if he said that he was hearing the call, I'm sure that he was.
He was.
The call was telling you, excuse me, hello, the echo was coming from your belly. Because I'm telling you, I know it
Stop
was.
talking to me, Coco.
I'm just saying.
Stop talking to me right now.
I'm just saying. I know that the echo was coming. So I'm just saying because when you do it like that, because when I went on my 40-day fast, only my last week was with no food. The very last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I did liquids only just that final week. But all the weeks prior to that, I ate, but I slowly took stuff away.
Mm-hmm.
So I ate all lean meat, no seafood. I took in no red meat, no pork, nothing like that. I ate all lean meat. So it was like, turkey
Right.
and stuff like that. And then I ate a bunch of salads, bunch of veggies the whole entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had no sugary stuff, none of that. So I had no junk food. I took all the junk food out from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So every week I took something out.
Right.
So say if I was eating sandwiches, I took the bread away the following week. And then I would just eat the meat and the veggies.
But if you understand about a fast, like they're even saying now, because a lot of people like to do this intermittent fasting,
Mm-hmm.
but they're saying it can cause type 2 diabetes
Yeah.
because you're not getting your proper nutrients and you're doing this fasting.
But let me tell y'all something. I have a insulin issue. So with me having a insulin issue, I'm telling y'all, your body automatically creates insulin for you.
Mhm.
But when it is not fueled by the right thing, your body will not create it.
That's right.
That's what causes diabetic problems,
Mm-hmm.
hypoglycemia issues,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. Trust me, it is not what you want.
It is
I'm
not
telling
what you
you,
want.
I'm telling you from personal experience, it is not what you want.
That's right.
By medical standpoints, yes, they classify me type 2 diabetic, but that ain't even what I am.
Mm-mm.
My sugars are constantly always low. They never go high and they do not stay high. They never go above a certain number and stay there. You catch what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, having low blood sugar, am I going to say it's worse than having high? No, but if you ask a doctor, low blood sugars is just as bad as people who got high
Yes,
blood
it is.
sugar because I
Sometimes it's
can't
worse.
control it. I cannot control it, and I can still go DKA just like a person with overly high blood sugar.
Mm-hmm.
But because mine have bottomed out too low,
Right.
same thing.
Sometimes it's worse because with high blood sugar, at least you can control it with insulin.
Yeah,
And they can do it on a sliding scale. They can
but
adjust it the way they need to. But
but
with
in
low
my
blood
case,
sugar, mm,
there's
not
no
so much.
medication to take.
Right.
In my case, there is no way to treat it. And so
Right.
you have to understand that when you got something that can't be treated, the
So
way
you
to treat it is what you would normally do on a regular basis. I have
right.
to try to treat my sugar issue by eating small meals multiple times a day.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, am I saying that that's a bad thing? No, because for people that know me, know that I have drastically lost a whole lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still dropping a whole lot of weight. Because from people that have just saw my recent photo, they
Mm-hmm.
like, you look great, but you have dropped a whole lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't help that because
Right.
it's just something going on in my body parts right now. So what I'm saying to you is take care of yourself, find out whatever you need to find out concerning your health and fix it. Because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people don't understand that sometimes you can have a metabolic issue that's causing your weight gain or weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
And there are ways to treat that. That is treatable.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have things that are not treatable,
You just gotta trust God.
you know what I'm saying? And so, like, in everything, I have to use wisdom
Mm-hmm.
concerning what I consume. So I try to eat things that will slowly break down into sugar throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
Try to keep my sugars up. Does that work all the time? The answer would be no. Um, and Quint can tell y'all that she's seen it and she's been one to contest it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, certain things that I do try to do that are natural just don't work. But there are no medications that I can take whatsoever that work.
Right.
So we tried it. We tried it, trust me. And so they've even tried to like give me insulin to help my body create more insulin. That don't work. Um,
That doesn't
so
make
just
sense.
so you know, that don't work. It makes it worse.
It,
There's
it
also
makes
uh,
sense.
oh wait, and there's also medications that they have given me that were supposed to keep a person's sugars regulated. They don't regulate a thing over here. Might work for somebody else, but over here it was a no. So like where some people think that things can work because they say they work, you got to realize that everybody's different.
That's right.
And not all people, the bodies are not the same.
Mm-hmm.
And as I explained to y'all, for the ones that watched my testimony show, my makeup inside my body is not the same.
Mm-hmm.
All of your parts are still there, everything is still intact. I don't have that stuff
Right.
anymore. So where I'm missing body parts now, and organs, it don't work like it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to y'all gotta take care of yourself.
Right.
Don't find yourself in my position. I can promise you that. Because everybody can't handle this.
Right.
Okay. And I'm not saying it like I'm somebody big. No. Trust me, no. You don't want to experience it,
Mm-mm.
nor do you want to see a loved one deal with it.
Mm-mm.
I
Not
can't tell y'all. Quint can only tell you how she has felt about watching me deal with what I did. Only she can tell y'all that, because I can't even tell y'all how she feels. There's a lot of times where I know she feels some kind of way, but she don't tell me what she thinking. And at the end of the day, some people do tell me what they thinking. They like, I'm really concerned and I don't like it. I have some very boisterous friends that be like, I don't like this. I can't see you like that. That's why I'm not calling you. And I get it. And I'm not mad at them, because when you really, really love and care about somebody, you don't like to see them going through.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so you got to understand that everybody deals with everything different. You know what I'm saying? And as y'all can see, while I was just talking about her, she was just sitting there shaking her head and covering her mouth. So I'm telling y'all, it's not the same with everybody. It's just like I couldn't watch her not eating and taking nothing in, because she'll tell y'all when we consecrate, she like to fly away. Okay? And so I'll be like, excuse me, eat, and I will make her eat from all the way over here. Okay, so I'm telling y'all, that's what you have to do at the end of the day. When you care about people, y'all take care of each other, right? And so it's just about holding each other accountable. It's just like if she was to notice that I wasn't eating and I ain't taking nothing in, and trust me, you can tell when I'm not taking nothing in, I become real frail looking, y'all, very quickly. And then I just look like I feel bad. And so like when I get like that, trust me, she get on me, multiple people get on me. If she was here, she'd probably open my door every day and bring me a plate, sit it there, and walk out and leave. So I'm just telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? But you can't do that. If you have the way and the means to take care of yourself, please take care of yourself. Your health is important, because you got a job to do and you can't do the job if you ain't together.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't together, how you gonna get anything done?
That's right.
And so, a lot of times I have to take some time away from people. And you can tell when people miss you. Because when you pop back up, oh, it's so good to see you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with that. But at the same time, sometimes when people do that to me, it kind of irks my nerve. Because you tell me it's good to see me, but you didn't call me the whole time I was missing.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like in my brain, I get it, but no.
And it's simple. Like you don't even have to have full conversations. There's
No.
days where I text her and just be like, just checking on you. And I just wait for the response.
They have been days where I just sent her dots across the screen and she like, I I know what her face was looking like when I did it. And the next thing I get, don't make me get on the road. Y'all don't understand. For the people that I know that love and care about me that don't live here, they are quick to tell me, don't you make me get in the car. You know what I'm saying? And so and some of them, the ones I know that will actually show up, I'm not finna, no, I'm not finna do that because you're not finna drive 4 hours and get on my nerves. That's not what we're doing. We're not doing that. So, um, but because I know she'll sit right. I promise you. This one right here, if she had to, this Negro on this screen would feed me like I was a 2-year-old child. If I ever got in here and act like I didn't want to eat, okay. Then I do believe that if even with my lovely husband being in the house, she'd be like, bro, I'm gonna take her off your hands. I'm gonna take her back to Virginia. I'll bring her back. I know she'll do it. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, I know she'll do it. Just so whatever needed to be taken care of, get taken care of, and get him a load off for a while. I know she'll do it. So, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying, y'all, everybody got to have somebody that you can be accountable with, and I'm accountable with multiple people.
But let me tell y'all something, y'all. She don't even know yet. Say, shh. I'm about to start working 2 days a week. Shh, y'all. Don't tell her though.
Okay. All right. I ain't got
don't,
nothing to say.
don't tell her, y'all.
Anyway, like I said, I ain't gonna have folks popping up on me. But I'm just telling y'all, like you have to find somebody to be accountable with, and I'm accountable with multiple people. I cannot go days on end and certain people not see me, not hear from me, because the first thought is where she at, what happened, what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because I don't want them to know, but the ones that do know and know my history, sometimes I feel like I don't want to keep bothering them with what I got going on. And so I don't say nothing and I just
At least she thinks she don't be saying nothing. Cause I see something unusual and I text her at 2 o'clock in the why you up? 2 in the morning, why are you up?
because anybody that know me know I would normally be asleep. But if I'm up and it's wee hours of the morning, it's one or two reasons. I'm either up in prayer mode or I'm up because I'm in a lot of pain and I'm not well. I'm not feeling good. So it's only one or two reasons because I don't be up like that. So, it's just like at the end of the day, you got to know me to know my patterns. And if you don't know me, then you don't know my patterns. And so, and the people that are starting to know me are starting to learn my patterns. You know what I'm saying? And so I'll get random messages. LHG, I love her. I'll get random messages. I kind of like felt you. You all right? That's LHG. And I be like, you're gonna live a long time because currently right now, no, I'm not. You know what I mean? And so, little stuff like that. And so, and even with Fred will give me, you all right, sis? Like it's early in the morning and he's 8 o'clock messages. Um, I understand, Frederick. Thank you so much. But even with Quint, we ain't even gonna talk about Quint. This one over here, she be up all times of the night and wee hours of the morning because of her wonderful job, y'all. Okay. And then don't let us have consecration because then I get it same time every morning. No. She used to call, but she knew I wasn't gonna pick up if I was asleep. So she stopped doing it. She said, I send you a message. She'll see it when she get up. So yeah, I see it when I get up, but then I answer it. But yeah, so I'm just saying, like, I am accountable with multiple people in multiple ways. So at the end of the day, I can't do that. And then
But
for one, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, guys, just being able to observe your loved ones. You don't have to be with them every day.
Nope.
You can observe them from a distance. Coco at one point didn't get up mornings, but I know now she's up mornings. So it's not something that's unusual. So it's just a matter of being observant, praying, asking the Lord to show you, because they don't have to tell you everything. They don't have to talk. You know what they're going through if you are really praying for them.
And
If
if you're really connected, because if you're
exactly,
really connected, you know.
exactly. So
So, I
it,
mean, because I get random texts. You was on my mind. I gotta make sure you cool. I
mhm.
get, I get that. And if I don't respond to the message in the manner that they think I should respond, okay, I'm gonna see you later today.
Mhm.
Okay, when I get that, I know somebody gonna knock on my door sometime later on today. And so I don't say anything because what is there for me to say? Besides, I know, okay, you finna come check on me because I'm not saying what's wrong. That's when problems arise. You know what I'm saying? But they know. And so there's a lot of times like I want to say like it might have been last weekend, weekend before. I actually just picked up the phone and called the whole group and said, let's go ahead and have this conversation and get it out the way.
Mhm.
And then I told everybody how I was feeling. But I hadn't said anything prior to that to say what I had been feeling and how bad I had been feeling. So, at the end of the day, you have to let people be aware because all of a sudden if you get missing, they don't hear from you because when I go into a hospital a lot of times, if I don't have my phone, my husband has it. And so, you call on the phone and I don't answer, that's because I ain't got it. And it's not because I ain't trying to talk to you. Currently, right now, I can't for multiple reasons. And so, and he gonna be one of them that he gonna let me rest. He's not. He'll tell me that certain people call, and okay, I talk to them when I get out because I take that time to literally rest myself. If I have to go and I have to be admitted, but we bless the Lord, I haven't had to deal with it in a while. So, and we ain't finna speak it into existence either. So,
No, we're not.
at the end of the day, um, you know, uh, you have to. It's not that you have to keep telling people how you feel or what's really going on, but you can't just keep it from people either. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you know that you had something detrimental going on, you never said nothing, then all of a sudden you're not here. They're gonna feel some kind of way.
But
Something
listen,
to tell you because you could have said something and
but
not have to deal with it alone.
even when you get the results of what you hear,
Yeah.
be prayerful because the enemy is cunning. So he can reverse some stuff
Yep.
or he'll make you feel a certain way. Even when the person that's going through it is feeling a certain way, you don't got to feel that way.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, because they're going through it, they may get a bit discouraged and it's normal, but allow them to walk on your faith for a minute. You keep your mouth shut and you continue to pray and you don't receive nothing negative concerning that person in your ear. I don't care who it's coming from.
Yep.
So important. And I
There,
mean, if
there,
you don't take
there have
nothing
been
else from
multiple, there have been times where I have flat out told her I'm sick of this, and trust me, I'm a fight until I can't fight. But that I do get my days where it's just so bad on me that I can't. And when they get like that, I just be like, I can't deal today. You know what I'm saying? And when I say I can't deal today, I already know what's gonna happen. And there are only certain people that I do that with because I know what's gonna happen. When I don't feel like it, or I literally ain't got the strength to like pray it out the way I want to, because I literally don't have the strength sometimes, they do it for me. And you don't have to be strong all the time.
it's okay not to be okay.
It's okay for you to not be okay. And I'm not always okay, y'all. I'm good most of the time. But they just some days where I'm just like, not
But
today.
you must allow that person to say what they feel. However, anybody else concerning their situation. You don't allow anything negative that's going to distract you from the assignment that you know God had put you on in that moment, at that time. You continue to believe and you continue to trust God and you close your ears to everything else. Because, whew, is all I'm going to say.
Ooh, child, let me tell you, I have heard it all. And when I say I have heard it, I have heard it all. I have heard so much stuff that I just be like, you know, I'm just so sick of some of y'all, you know, and and when it come out, I just let it come out. So at the end of the day, I just be like, I'll talk to the Lord about it later. But I'm finna say this to you and get it out. I'm sick of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just it. And I have to do that sometimes so that people can understand. If you can bring it to me, you can take it to them.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I need you to do. Is take it to them. Because you bringing it right here and right now. I don't need it. I really don't. I don't need it. Like so at the end of the day, but you also have to know the people that you deal with.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how many people have literally tried to split this right here
Hmm.
and continuing to try, to be
Hmm.
honest. I can't even, when I say I can't even, I mean I can't even. But at the end of the day, the reason why you try to split it, everybody in my life got their place. You understand? And I don't consider everybody to be bro. Everybody ain't sis. That's no. Everybody don't have that stature,
Mm-mm.
right? But at the end of the day, everybody got their place. I got a whole bunch of friends, literally,
Mm-hmm.
and she don't try to compete with none of the rest of them. Hell, to be honest, she don't even know the rest of them. You see what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, what competition is there to have? You know what I'm saying? There's no competition. If I could get up and go when she called me physically, she know I would because I've done it. They've been times I just oh we coming and we would just pack a bag and go. At the end of the day, that's what we do. She just told y'all the story about her driving butter down here to me. Okay, so at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like you y'all don't get it. For people that don't understand, you'll never understand, and we don't have to explain it. I don't have to explain none of this to nobody. You understand? And neither do she. At the end of the day, we talk to each other. We say what we need to say to each other, and we move the hell on. You
And
see what I'm saying?
what's funny is I mind my business. I don't bother nobody. I do me. I get me in trouble. I'm so
Look,
good at it.
man.
I'm consistent all the time. I'm me at all times. What you see is what you get. Okay? So I don't bother anybody and I have a pure heart. When I'm with you, I'm with you. So
You know what?
I don't get it. I don't get it. But
The
it's okay.
problem is people that don't know how to mind your business.
I
But
don't talk about people because it's no need for me to do all that. If I got something to say to you, I'm gonna say it to you. I don't need to talk behind your back. And most of the time, you're irrelevant in my life anyway. So why am I gonna bring drama to me? I'm too old for that. That's high school stuff.
y'all gotta remember she compare y'all to food.
She what?
You compare people to food.
Uh, I do. I do. But regardless of that fact, God fights my battles.
Again, if she compared y'all to something she don't eat, you're definitely irrelevant. So I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know.
But I
Listen,
thank God for Jesus because he fights all my battles. I don't have to open my mouth, and I know who my enemies are, but I don't have to name them. I know when you against me. Listen,
what's the need?
I can hear you when you
What's,
talking,
what's the need?
but there's no need. And I just pray for mercy and grace. That's important to me. You being okay, even when you don't like me, you being okay.
Understand it. We are not them type of people that when you make yourself an enemy, I don't curse you.
No,
When you make yourself an enemy, I actually ask him to bless you. I ask him to save your whole soul, for real, for real. Because at the end of the day, obviously that's what you need.
right.
So, that's what I do. And I don't do it in a sarcastic manner. I literally say, I need you to bless their soul. Allow them to see you, allow them to have an encounter with you, and
That's
give them,
it.
shower them with grace and mercy, please. Because obviously I don't know. And then a lot of times the stuff that you have to deal with concerning somebody else, it's an issue for you because you see you in them. If that's you got an issue with somebody because you're just like them in a whole lot of ways. If that's the case, then you need to deal with you.
And I told y'all, every assignment is not mine. And I promise I'm not taking it on. I'm not praying for what I am not supposed to pray for.
I
If
know I
God,
won't.
if God did not tell me to, why would I open the door to take that hit when I know what's going to come behind it?
All right. Let me tell
I'm not
y'all
going to
something.
do it.
If y'all don't understand how spiritual warfare works, spiritual warfare comes with everything that you attach to yourself.
Mhm. That's
Okay?
right.
Just so you know. And I'm not finna take on somebody else's warfare.
At all.
You know when you got a problem with somebody else, they warfare come to you. Just so
Hmm.
you know. Why? Because you're not doing what the Bible told you to do. When you got an art with somebody, you're supposed to do what? Take it to them.
Hmm.
And because you're not taking it to them, now you're dealing with the warfare of an issue that they probably don't know nothing about. And so you do that to yourself. You bring stuff to yourself that don't have to be.
And if you are drama seeking or drama causing, and I said what I had to say to you, now you're on my block ministry because I don't need to say anything else to you. It's okay. I said what I had to say. So you already knew what it was, and I'm okay. And now it's time to walk away.
And for those of y'all, before you ask and you watch it, I know that this is a tad bit unprofessional eating while I'm doing it, but my sugar is dropping, so I'm trying to eat. Anyway, um, I'm just letting you know. Ahead of time. But I'm just saying. Y'all know anything happens up here sometimes. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if what we really need to do is we need to learn how to be better people.
Yes,
Um,
better people.
just be better people. And I'm not telling you to be better people because you need to be better than somebody else, but you need better. You need to be better than you
Yes.
first.
Hmm.
Better than you first, because you got to think about it. How would you feel if somebody is treating you the way you treat people, whether they know how you really treating them or not? Because some people don't know how they really being treated by you, because
Hmm.
you could be one way this time and another way behind closed doors. You understand? So at the end of the day, just learn how to be better people.
And I don't know who this is for, but please stop praying against people.
Oh yeah, because that the Lord ain't gonna answer that. I just want
And
you to know.
then you wondering why things are not happening for you. Don't do it to yourself.
The Lord is not gonna answer your sickum prayers. Okay, He's not gonna do that. Why? One, because the Bible clearly states that he says, vengeance is mine, says the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Two, he actually said that the battle is not yours, it's his.
Mm-hmm.
And that has actually already been won. So you fighting for what exactly?
Mm.
Um, so a lot of things have already been set in stone. Why are you wasting energy? And stop trying to explain yourself to everybody. Nothing to explain.
Mm-mm.
I don't do that anymore. And it ain't because I feel like I'm somebody. It's just that I don't have to explain me. For what? You either take it as it is or don't take it at all. And I'm cool if you choose not to. You know, I literally stopped worrying about people long time ago. Trust me. It helps. You should try it. Because if people pleasing is an issue for you, baby, you're gonna have a hard way of life.
Who Jesus?
I'm just letting you know. You're gonna have such a hard road. If people pleasing is your problem, you'll never please everybody. Understand that. Because I don't care what you do, how much you do, it'll never be enough. It'll never be enough. So what you need to do is worry about if God is good, you good.
That's it.
If he good with me, I'm good.
That's
I
it.
don't care less what you think.
That's it.
And that's how I feel about it. If I'm in good standing with him, I ain't worried about you.
That's it.
And that's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people be like, "Oh, you don't?" No, I really don't care what you think. And that's me being so honest and for real. I don't,
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna have your opinion whether you say it to my face or not.
That's it.
And you know, a lot of people feel a lot of different ways, and you know, they things I know about myself that I'm slowly understanding and changing in ways, because everybody can't deal with the stern and rawness of some people, because you know I know that ain't for everybody, but he is teaching me how to handle people
Yep.
and how to deal with people where they at. Trust me, I got it, because I don't handle everybody the same way. And so he teaches you that in that moment when you need to be gentle, you be gentle. In that moment when you need to be stern, you be stern. In that moment when he needs you to be the mouthpiece and set order, you set order. You do what you got to do. You follow instructions and directions and keep it moving. It ain't about everybody else. Because if he sent you to do a job, you go do the job and go about your business.
That's it.
That's it. You know what I mean? And so I realize, especially in life and in this walk, that when you choose to answer the call, everybody ain't cool with your call.
Mm-mm.
And a lot of people feel like you don't deserve the call.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But this is people that ain't answer they call.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't even understand. A person that ain't saying yes to the Lord will never understand where you at. And so, not saying that, I mean, everybody gonna have their own opinion, but when it come down to that, your opinion really don't matter. If you don't even know the Lord, your opinion really don't. It
I
don't
know.
matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like when you dealing with people and you hear other people talk, baby, I need you to talk to me when you've been there.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me when you've been put in a leadership role and
Mm-hmm.
didn't want it. Didn't want it. You didn't want nothing to do with it. After you have been in the role and watched people do what shouldn't be done.
Really,
You know
Fred?
what I'm saying? And after you have walked out the road for a little while and you have watched people do what shouldn't be done.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me that you don't want no parts. And the reason why you don't want no parts is because you don't want to be nothing like what you see.
Right.
Tell me when you hit that moment.
But even in that, don't be like I did. I sat myself down for a long time.
I did it.
What I did lately or even before, you learn what not to do. So you take every experience as a learning experience and you learn what not to do and what to do. I could tell y'all, although I went through spiritual warfare in the church that I was in, the first church for 11 years, the teaching, when I say it was great, I can't knock it. Got me through. Learned how to pray, learned how to get in my word, learned how to fast, learned deliverance. Listen, it got me through some stuff.
Yes.
So I can't ever knock that part.
Yep.
But the rest, Jesus, if I didn't know how to pray, if I didn't know how
Hey.
to combat the enemy, if I didn't know how to call out spirits, I would have been out of here a few times. And that's literal.
Listen, y'all. We done told y'all the story. We both been put out of church before. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, for real. I've been there, done that, wrote the book, got the t-shirt. Like seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. It was no sweat off my back.
It's okay.
But at the end of the day, you put somebody out because they called you out on your mess.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I that was just me. If the Lord told me to say it, I said it. At that back then, like I told y'all, he's taught me grace and mercy along the way. He's taught me grace.
But
Back then, I didn't know what grace was. It was not my portion.
right.
So I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he said it, I said it. And it didn't matter where we was because I said it.
But this is the thing. A lot of people think when you come to God, you're supposed to come as a wimp. Listen, the same boldness you have in the world is the same boldness that you need to have when you come to him.
Trust me.
Except he teach you how to be tactful. He teaches you how to show kindness and meekness.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying you're going to make the mark all the time because y'all know this mouth.
Yeah. We
Y'all see my sister, right?
yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
y'all already know this mouth. Don't have a filter. But my saying, my motto for 2023 is, Lord, you know I'm working on me. And that has been keeping me.
That's it.
Yes,
This is it.
temperance is it. But that has been keeping me because at that moment, I could feel the Lord snatch me back.
Ooh.
When I say, Lord, you know I'm working on me because I'm coming from a sincere heart. And he like, I hear you, daughter. Just remember, you got too much to lose right now. Don't do it. And I don't. I walk away because I'm working on me. And I know where I can go, especially in this season.
Yeah.
Especially when I know that I know that I know that I got some things going on, that I'm praying on behalf of people, that the enemy is mad. And see, he can't come at me and I get upset. Mm-mm. But when you mess with my loved ones, he knows that right there will cause me to chop his head off. So I gotta digress. As my sister says, I have to
Yeah.
digress. And I have to step back and allow God. So I don't sin because he told me to be angry and sin not. And I can't give that word to somebody and not walk it.
Honey,
Because
let me
Jesus,
tell you. Let me tell you. One of my goddaughters. She said, "Oh, I know you real good and say," because she witnessed a situation, and instead of me saying what I could have said, I went to speaking in tongues. She said, "Oh yeah, you real good and say." She said, "Because I know you should have cussed them out for everything. Ain't no need." It's instead when I got ready to actually say what my flesh wanted me to say, the Holy Ghost took place. And see that's how you know when it ain't you at work.
Yes.
And then not only that, that's how you know when you change for real.
Mm-hmm.
When you know you and that old you want to come out and it don't and it can't. Yeah, that's how you know you change for real. And I love it when that happens because at the end of the day, yes, we gonna take the win because, honey, if I would have said what I wanted to say,
Mm-hmm.
I would have to repent. I'd be repenting for a few days, ain't I? Like for real. And so it's just like I be so happy sometimes because he just know when to just come on in. So but the thing of it is you gotta have that relationship with him. That he just come on in. But
Listen,
when your flesh mean more to
I
you,
was at work.
when your flesh mean more to you
Mm-hmm.
than that though, oh, it's coming out. Your flesh gonna talk.
Right. Right. I was at I was at school and we in clinicals. So this person said to me, she was talking about a resident and she was like, "Oh, be careful of her because the only thing she gonna want to do is talk and talk about God."
Wait a minute. She was saying it about somebody else, or she was referring to you?
She was talking about somebody else.
Oh,
So when I looked at her, I said, "And it's a blessing." But everything in me wanted to just grab her. So today when we was there, she said all they want to do is go to the bathroom and talk God. So I just walked away and I just began to pray because everything in me wanted to snatch her and put her in a corner
hmm.
and
That's,
say,
that's
"Listen."
that's one of them times when you know a person walk in the room and you just start praying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just gonna irritate your spirit some more because this is what's gonna go down.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I've been there and done that before. And
So
then eventually, the Lord said, "Ask her what her problem is."
mm-hmm.
And when I asked her what her problem was, she told me why. She told me why she felt the way she felt about God. And I said, "Hmm." I said, "So it won't because of your relationship with him. You got a problem with God because of somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Ain't that something?" I said, "That's just like if it was your best friend, but she had an issue with another friend. You got a problem." Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. I said, "So you gonna ruin your life because of somebody
Mm-hmm.
else?" Okay. All right. Well, God bless you. Just so you know, he still love you regardless if you don't like him or not.
That's
When
right.
you ready for him, he waiting with open arms, boo boo.
Mm-hmm.
And she just looked like, "I just cursed your God to his face. You didn't curse my God to his face.
Mm-mm.
You cursed the God you felt you know,
Mm-hmm.
not mine." What have fun with it? God bless you. Every again, it goes back to what we tell y'all all the time. Certain things don't deserve certain types of energy.
Exactly. So I just walked away for the second time. And I just began to pray in my spirit. And I
Plus,
was,
I've been in whole rooms before in the middle of a conversation, just like, wow,
that's it. Because I realized what I'm up against.
right.
So I know when I go next week.
Them spirits.
Ooh.
Do you hear it? The spirits.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, like you know what you did. If
Mm.
you in a whole room full of them,
Listen,
and you the only. Oh yeah, don't. First of all, you gonna feel like you getting gained up on. But if you know that you know that you know, that part don't even matter to you.
listen. When I say when you dealing with certain stuff, you just have to use the authority, your God given authority.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, the enemy knows who you are, but you have to know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So recently, I sat with somebody, and when I say who Jesus is what I'm going to say, and I began to pray, and I said, Lord, just give him rest. He need rest. So when he went to get up, I looked at him and I said, lay down. And he just laid down. I said, you are not to get up. You need rest. And he laid there. Now, did he lay there the whole night? No. Was he allowed to leave out that room? No. Did he get some rest? Probably about a half hour. And then when he got up and did what he was doing, I made sure he laid back down. Next time he laid for another 15, 20 minutes. But he was not able to do what he was originally doing. So you have the authority over the enemy, but it's up to you to recognize who you are and what you possess.
The thing of it is, if we could give y'all one more nugget, because we about to call it a night.
Yes.
Or we could give y'all lasting nuggets of the night. Is one, be honest with yourself. Find out who you are if you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean on a personal level, and especially find out who you are in God.
Yes.
It's important that you know that. Because once you know who you are on a personal note, and you know who you are in God,
Mm-hmm.
then there's nothing nobody can say. That what can they say? You know you. You know yourself completely. But when you act like you don't know you, or you literally don't know who you are, you don't know what the enemy is capable of.
That's
Reason
right.
why is because you don't know yourself.
That's right.
That means he could throw anything at you. He could throw any person at you,
That's right.
and you gonna fall for it. Everything again is not your assignment.
No, it's not.
If you are a leader, it is not your job to lay hands on everybody week by week.
No.
You draining yourself and never getting it back.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You got people in place that can do that. And to be honest, ain't nobody got to do it. If you get up and come to the Lord and leave it, ain't nobody got to lay hands on nobody.
That's it. That's
But
it.
you can come to God for you, and ain't nobody ever got to touch you. Y'all think I be playing when I say bring your own sheep ministry?
Mm-hmm.
If you walk in the building and have God with you, and you already in tune and anticipating the move, the pastor ain't got to do it.
You sure don't.
The pastor ain't got to do it because you anticipated the move before you got there.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, I know you gonna move. I need you to move.
That's it.
They ain't got to put me to the floor. You can take me there on your own.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Right there.
All of this stuff where you sitting there waiting for them to lay hands on you so you can fall out and fake it. Get your tail up off that floor.
Ah!
Let the Lord be Lord for real. For
Or
a
you
change.
want to speak in the fake tongue so that you can't hear what the Lord has for you. Shut your mouth. Get your own deliverance in this
Come on.
season.
Come on.
Take
And
care of you.
we ain't even gonna talk about the tongues thing. I'm tired of y'all sitting there listening to somebody long enough that you can really mimic their whole tongue. Like I don't understand. There is not a school of tongues. Just so you know.
And coming on a Honda is not a tongue, okay?
And not even that. We can go even worse. If I ever hear somebody else come around me talking about some EBBI, shut them out. I'm gonna bump you in your eye. I'm gonna put you dead in your eye just because you said it. Like, no,
Oh God.
and no.
You know
I
what?
am so sick of that foolishness.
I'm not. With that, we shutting out here. Get to know who
We'll
you
get out of here.
are, guys. Get to know. Do your self care. Look, Thursday, when we come back, I want each and every one of you to tell me what you did for self care this week. Give me one thing that you did for yourself to take care of you. That's what I challenge you to do. And get in your word. Start with Psalms 91. Okay? That's what I challenge you to do this week. That's your challenge. Psalms 91. And one thing you did to take care of you. All right? We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Keep watching. Those of you that's watching from the background, we thank y'all too. Keep
And
watching.
y'all know the motto. We love y'all. We love y'all to life. We love you to live. Live every day on purpose and make it count.
Good night.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, wait,
Uh-oh.
wait,
Wait a
wait.
minute. Wait a minute.
Okay, so y'all found out when I found out, like the 10th, they supposed to be a guest. I still don't even know who the person get the guest is. I feel like I'm gonna be a guest with the Thursday because I don't
Oh,
even
you
know.
gotta guess.
I'm just gonna be up here. I'm gonna be
Listen,
listening though.
it's a lovely entrepreneur. She's a young woman and she's a songstress and a vocal coach. So she is going to come and she is going to bless us and she's going to tell us a little bit about her business and she's going to sing for us. And whoo, Jesus, we just going to have a high time. All
Okay.
right. All right.
Okay. Y'all heard it like I heard it. Like I said, I'm gonna be a guest Thursday. I just know we sit there watching. All right. So, oh yeah. So this ain't got nothing to do with the show, y'all. But just so y'all know, any of y'all that live in the area that got a basket in the Robbins, they're giving out unlimited free ice cream all day tomorrow. I'm sorry because I just told some of y'all to go be fat, but I'm just
Get
telling
the
y'all.
sherbet, y'all. Get the sherbet.
You know what I'm saying? But they giving out free unlimited ice cream all day tomorrow. So if
I'll
you
be at work.
in the area of a Baskin and a Robbins, go get you some free ice cream.
I'll
All
be
right.
at work.
So we
So
love
good night,
y'all.
y'all. We love
Yeah, man.
y'all.
Oh, LXG. Wait a minute. I think she's still having her show Saturday, but I'm not sure about tomorrow. But I think she's gonna do she's gonna have a show, but I don't think it'll be a live one tomorrow. I'm not sure about Frederick because he's missing. We're gonna yeah, I think he's having the show Friday. Um, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put it out there. But we are not gonna forget because I know y'all asked me. I'm gonna say got it to my head and not my heart, y'all. I had to rest myself this week. But we are gonna have the versus battle Sunday coming. So I'm gonna get that out there for y'all because I know y'all was waiting on it Sunday, and I'm sorry. So but we got y'all. So we'll see y'all Thursday tomorrow, maybe Friday, but Saturday and Sunday. So I think Wednesday will be y'all only night, not with us. All right. So
Thursday will be actually, I think I'm coming with chapter 4 of
on
the Art
Wednesday,
of Forgiveness.
on
So you
Wednesdays,
may, huh?
on Wednesday.
Yes, on Wednesday.
Okay, well, never mind. Y'all will see. It'll be up here Wednesday too.
Yes,
Never mind.
we'll be up here Wednesday.
All right.
Um, it will probably be at 6 o'clock because I plan on having my sister back up here, my sisters back up here. All right, all right. Because it was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But y'all have a good night because we got a quick meeting before I go and turn myself into bed. Night, night.